Thanks for joining us for the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Coming up, the Honorable Prime Minister envisions a national indoor sports facility by 2017, over $20 million towards 10 feeder roads, and government takes steps to improve a justice system. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Got it? Taking care of us can be so easy.
Take good care of the children.
Thanks for staying with us. The Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, has assured the public that the $5 million project for the construction of a national indoor sports facility funded by the government of Mexico is still on the cards, regardless of setbacks caused by Tropical Storm Erica. The Dominica leader explained that although funding for the project was already secured, a decision had to be made to ensure that housing was provided for displaced Erica victims. Dr. Skerrit made that disclosure on Thursday during the signing for roof repairs at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium.
We have not scrapped the indoor facility. All we are saying is that there will be a delay in implementation of it. But that notwithstanding, the Ministry of Sports continues with the designs, the instructions will be given to them. So once we can see our way in respect to the resettlement of the communities, with regards to the infrastructure, then I believe that we will be in a position to look at the commencement of the facility. I see us, if all goes well, see us commencing construction of this indoor facility in 2017.
The Honorable Prime Minister maintains that plans to upgrade the current sports facilities would not be affected by these plans.
In the meantime, we have been looking at improving not only the Massac playing field, but the basketball court in Massac, with a view to ensuring that the facilities there, and even if we have the indoor facility, we would still need to upgrade Massac and in particular that has been heavily used for various court activities. So we'll be looking at this, and I'm hoping to put funds in the budget for the Massac hard court.
The Honorable Prime Minister also revealed that a request has already been submitted to him for funds to retrofit a space for a public gym. He disclosed that gym equipment from the government of the People's Republic of China has already been received.
Very soon we will have a public gym. I would not like the government to be managing a gym. I don't think the government should be managing a public gym. That's where one of the associations should step in and partner with the government. We're providing the space. You don't have to pay the rent, but it is a gym for the public. So can we have the alliance of associations responsible for managing the gym and set up a schedule for that so the public can have access to it? We cannot rely only on the government to do everything where sports is concerned.
4 contracts were signed on Friday amounting to over $20 million for 10 feeder roads and improved access to the Londonderry tissue culture weaning and hardening facility to begin in July. The Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, hopes that farmers who have not had access to their farms will continue farming after the completion of the feeder road. Honorable Skerrit said that Friday's ceremony demonstrates government's highest commitment to agriculture.
Under the BAM, 15.27 million euros, or an approximately 45.81 million EC dollars, have been allocated for strategic development initiatives in the agricultural sector, thereby helping the government to achieve some of its development objectives. Of the quoted amount, 4 million euros, or approximately 12 million EC dollars, were initially allocated for feeder road rehabilitation. With the passage of Tropical Storm Erica, recognizing the impact the storm had on feeder roads, government took the decision to increase that amount to 7.7 million euros, or approximately 23 $5.1 million EC dollars.
The project will include repairs to sections of the existing road pavement, complete rehabilitation of certain sections, partial reconstruction of the pavement, repairs to sections of drains, construction of new concrete and earthing drains, clearing of and repairs to culverts. National Authorizing Officer for the European Development Fund, Colin Roberts, gave more details about the project.
10 feeder roads will be rehabilitated from 4 out of the 7 agricultural regions, 3 in the eastern, 3 in the western, 3 in the northwestern, and 1 in the northern agricultural districts. Given the close relationship with the European Union, approval was granted to increase the allocation for the feeder roads post-tropical storm Erica by over 50% of the original sum. And so today, we have contracts worth in excess of 20 million Eastern Caribbean dollars for approximately 60 kilometers of feeder roads to be signed by the contractors here with us today. The complete team has now been mobilized. The farmers, the Ministries of Public Works and Agriculture, the supervisor's representative, the contractors, as well as a dedicated staff at the Office of the NAO to improve the conditions of our feeder roads and to be guided by the road maintenance plan currently being developed, again with funding provided by the European Union, to ensure the sustainability of this investment. We are contractually obliged to complete these works in 12 months with resources provided by both the European Union and the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica. I implore everyone to perform their roles in synergy so that the impact of this program can be fully realized.
The Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Johnson Drygo, described Friday's ceremony as a major milestone for the industry.
This investment will serve approximately 5,073 farmers, providing access to an anticipated 16,092 acres of productive land. This will provide a quantum leap in the sector. This monumental moment goes beyond the negative diatribes of non-believers. It proves that the government of Dominica is committed to agricultural development. It shows that the Ministry of Agriculture will continue to ensure that our farmers are able to operate under the best of conditions.
The roads to be rehabilitated are the Syndicate and the Miro Cuba Salisbury feeder roads, Middle Ridge, Mango Gutter, Montine, Tiguanfort, Foyerbois, Dernier, and Bois Bellevue feeder roads. The Melvin Hall and Collyho feeder roads, as well as the access road to the Londonderry tissue culture weaning and hardening facility. In more news, the government is taking steps to improve the dispensation of justice in Dominica, particularly through the magistrates' courts. At a press conference on Friday, Honorable Minister for Justice, Immigration and National Security, Rayburn Blackmore, indicated that inadequate staff constantly leads to a backlog of matters at the courts. He added, compounded with that is the difficulty to secure and retain trained legal personnel. The minister says in responding to the call from the private sector to speed up matters at the courts, Cabinet took the following decisions earlier this month.
A. Appointment of 2 qualified magistrates on contract, and one of those magistrates will deal specifically with civil matters. B. Appointment of 1 lay magistrate on contract to deal specifically, and I want to underscore that, with uncontested traffic matters and offenses under the Litter Act, rent and liquor licenses, and matters relating to the environment. C. The deployment of existing qualified magistrates to provide for one magistrate to deal specifically with juvenile matters and also family matters. D, appointment of 2 clerical staff.
A new position of court administrator has also been created. The Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, commended the work of the Ministry of Justice, Immigration and National Security in facilitating these new appointments. However, the Honorable Prime Minister indicated that legal professionals also have a responsibility to ensure the improvement of the system.
While we're putting the resources, we're putting the additional courts, that in itself will not solve the problem if the officers of the courts are not as diligent as they ought to be, you know. And our hope is that all of the officers of the court, because contrary to what people say, and contrary to what people perceive, and contrary to what people think, we, the executive, do not get involved in the court system at all.
These new appointments will cost government about $300,000 annually. Meantime, Cabinet, on the advice of the Ministry of Justice, Immigration and National Security, has also approved a new position within the police force.
At our last meeting of Cabinet, May 4, 2016, Cabinet approved the creation of a new position of Assistant Chief of Police effective July 1st, 2016. Fellow Dominican, this is yet another measure by this administration to make this country one of the safest and most secure destinations in the region.
The Honorable Minister says that this new position is to improve administration within the police force as it tries to keep up with the increasing complexity of crime on the island. This new appointment is also in keeping with a decision to standardize police force within the region. You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. The work of deceased local artist David Geist is currently on display at the Old Mill Cultural Center. Acting Chief Cultural Officer Jacinta David praised the work of the artist who lost his life during Tropical Storm Erica. She was addressing the official opening of an art exhibition this week, which forms part of the ongoing Dumfesta celebrations.
The 2015 Independence Art Exhibition served as a vehicle to bring artists together to create shared memories of a disaster and possible hope for the future. These works of art assisted in building a collective memory of an important event which took place in Dominica, that of T.S. Erica.
Barnes explained that the Cultural Division will play its part by assisting all artists.
The Cultural Division, through the Dominica Institute for the Arts, DIFA, is committed to providing practical step-by-step assistance to all artists and those who are interested in art. In so doing, we offer art classes every Tuesday from 4:30 p.m. here at the Old Mill Cultural Center and at the Art Studio. We have classes for children and adults.
A number of paintings were on display, all created by local artists. In more news, 10 students said goodbye to the Dominica Community High School on Thursday. The event was themed Humility Brings Wisdom. Featured speaker of the ceremony, David Vital, a past student of the DCHS, said he is happy to be part of this ceremony and felt honored to be the featured speaker. Vital encouraged students to always make themselves available to opportunities to make them better individuals.
There is no shame, absolutely, there is absolutely no shame in admitting that you don't know or that you need help. That does not diminish or degrade you in any way. In fact, I think it wins you respect. John Ruskin, very prominent and influential 19th century British thinker, said the first test of a truly great man, and I add woman, is his or her humility. Humility is not weakness. It is not passivity. Humility, I think, is the ability to be teachable.
Reverend Father Peter Hill, who had the opportunity to address students, spoke of the importance of always being grateful for God's blessings.
As you move from being good to great, one of the key things we must all do is to remember two of the most powerful words in our vocabulary. Thank you. It's very simple. There are a lot of us who forget to say thank you. There are a lot of us that take everything for granted. There are a lot of us, especially as you leave school, you may think that this country, this world owes you something. But you know what? We don't owe you anything. And so as you go through life, always remember to say thank you. Because thank you keeps us humble. And most of all, it makes us recognize that, you know what? Everything we have, most of all, the gift of life is just that, a gift. And so if we want to remain humble, if we want to be wise people as we go forth, never forget to turn back and to say thank you.
Konyana Yard was awarded a Student of the Year. And finally, this news time, Magistrate Gloria Augustus believes more persons should be trained in risk assessment within the child justice legislation. Last week, a 4-day training was held with juvenile stakeholders, which, according to Magistrate Augustus, allows for a more critical eye when examining cases that deals with juveniles.
The assessment will really assist persons, and even the people who are here can testify that, you know, having to go through the risk factors, having to discuss it, and we have a book that guides us. It allows you to think bigger. You don't just see the child and the crime. You see other things, and then you are thinking already, you know, what are the red flags, you know, what is critical, how can I assist that young person? But then we have to have the programs, we have to have the resources.
The magistrate believes that to reap the rewards of the training, legislation must be implemented.
If we are to take into account all the training that we've received to do the things that we need to do, I mean, in terms of changing things of the reform, we need that legislation. If we don't have that, it's almost like we just did the training for nothing. And or it will be difficult to put some things in place without the backing of the legislation.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, ministers of government of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States responsible for environmental sustainability met here on Wednesday and Thursday. In his address at the official opening, the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit reaffirmed his belief that to be effective, OECS member states must work as a unit. 32 farmers graduated from a farmers' field school last week where they learned how to grow onions. A small ceremony held at the Portsmouth Credit Union Conference Room last Friday marked the end of the project, which began in July 2015. The National Employment Program has hired 59 more people in the southern communities of Point Michelle, Soufriere, and Scott's Head. These new and returning hirees will be largely involved in the cleanup and beautification aspect of the community employment module. A picture archiving and communication system PACS, which currently exists in the Dominica Integrated Information System, DISH, is currently being utilized in the test phase of the Dominica Medical Information System, DMEDIS. Information Communication Technology Specialist with the Ministry of Health, Peter Ricketts, affirmed that the application will soon present real-time data on diagnosis and statistics of non-communicable diseases and others which were previously difficult to access. At present, the hospital epidemiologist is already seeing the benefits of DMEDIS. The Discover Dominica Authority officially launched Tourism Awareness Month 2015 on May 1st under the theme, Tourism is Everybody's Business, Let's Play Our Part. In his address at the launch, Minister for Urban Renewal, Honorable Senator Robert Tong, says he believes that the youth in particular play a big role in preserving the tourism sector. Hence, this month will feature many activities geared towards the youth. Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit wants Dominicans and other nationals of the other OECS states to be more cognizant of the effects of climate change. The Dominica leader is concerned that the governments of the region are way ahead of the citizenry as it relates to advocacy regarding the phenomenon. Honorable Skerrit made that call at the opening ceremony of the Third Council of Ministers Environmental Sustainability meeting on Wednesday. The Ministry of Sports recognized 38 individuals at the 10th Annual Sports Awards. The award for Sportsman of the Year went to Tyron Theophile for his contribution to cricket, and the Sportswoman of the Year award went to Shani Angol for her contribution to athletics. And an over $400,000 contract was signed for repairs to the roof of the Windsor Park Sports Stadium this week. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit called on the relevant authorities to uphold a regular maintenance plan for the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. These were just some of the headline stories making the news this week. For details of these and other stories, visit our website or Facebook page. Back to you, Kerdisha.
Thanks, Kimani, and that's news. McPherson St. Luce is up next with Creole Highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, ministre Sport tient la 10e cérémonie pour awarder le monde qui fait bien en affaires sport pour l'année 2015. Selon le ministre Sport, Honorable Justin Charles, cérémonie a tient à une manière pour te montrer appréciation pour le monde qui est engagé en bagaille sport.
Nous tenons National Sports Award. Ça, c'est un bulletin qui a fait tous les années. Pour Oswald, c'était 10 années là, nous avons gagné award là. Avec award ça là, c'est pour la recognition pour ces jeunes monde là, avec qui a fait bien en various sports, avec also pour nous garder, avec recognize ça c'est organizations là, private sector, ça comment yo ka assister en sports, tous ces monde qui travaillent avec tous ces différents sports là, because nous savons tous les années yo ka travailler pour make sure yo faire ces sports programmes là, yo participer, yo va nous support. So nous même qu'a dit comme gouvernement, nous supposé montrer appréciation pour travail là yo ka fait. So also Ministry of Sports for Sports Division yo by 28 différents awards en différentes catégories en toutes les différents sports là avec moun qui most outstanding jeune moun, most outstanding jeune femme, avec jeune garçon, avec sportswoman of the year, sportsman of the year. So nous, sur tout ces monde ça la taper award, on partit de taper l'argent, on partit de taper au bulletin hotline, avec différents cadeaux pour travailler là yo fait.
Selon ministre Charles, yo fait award cérémonial bagay qui indi avancer l'état sport en Dominique.
Nous savons les nous cabayo plaque là, mais de temps en temps, yo même regarder pour un l'argent pour aider yo dans même engagement sports. Ça fait pour aller l'autre pays représente Dominique, et l'argent ça là ça aide yo même c'est l'argent mettre en poche yo pour yo ça occuper quoi yo pas dans yo sorti. So les là il ca bon de temps en temps pour bailler un l'argent pour aider yo develop quoi yo en sports là. So also nous les dit yo tout congratulations pour ça yo involvement yo avec ces jeunes monde ça là c'est yo qui ka représenter Dominique en tous différents sports quand yo continue en sport. So nous ni pour préparer yo, nous ni pour faire yo ambassadeurs pour Dominique. So yo ni pour sentir confident en gouvernement, en travail là nous ka faire pour make sure yo même sa sortie là et représenter Dominique à une bonne manière.
En la nouvelle, gouvernement Dominique a bien complimenté BAM ou là yo fait en finance projet habitant en Dominique. Il y a une cérémonie pour en place jeudi où la 4 contrats signés. C'est le ministre de l'Agriculture, Honorable Johnson Drago. Ça, c'est un jour bien historique pour Dominique. Le ministre Drago dit 5 000 avec 73 habitants qui bénéficient de ces projets. Le ministre Drago dit que le gouvernement Dominique a coordonné un commitment pour le développement agricole en Dominique. Et le gouvernement qui dépense 8 millions de dollars en secteur agricole pays là. Chimé qui a appelé attention, c'est Syndicate à Cuba, Millridge, Fouéal, Tigre-Fond, Bois, Dernier, Melville Hall, Collyho et puis l'occasion Londonderry. Ces projets là qu'a expecté pour finir en 12 mois et bien qui a commencé depuis travailler mobilisés. Et puis finalement, plusieurs projets de développement pour constituency P-Bush pour implémenter. Parole ça là sorti du Parlement, Honorable Rosalind Paul.
Nous, en constituency P-Bush, actuellement, moi, qu'à préparer pour faire projet en pays là, en commune là. Tout de suite, nous avons fait toilets, bah, moun qui besoin toilettes. Nous avons fait 25 toilets. 25 toilets à Pebouche, Benz, Anzime, Kalibichi. Nous avons aussi les places qui en risque en commune là, comme Olivier Pebouche, Benz, où là il besoin en retaining wall, back wall en Kalibichi. Et il y a une importance de qui besoin d'attention aussi. So, ça m'a fait actuellement, moi j'ai assistance hot public works, nous garder ces places là pour nous ça faire estimer ça que nous avons besoin pour adresser projet ça là et pour nous considérer faire action, point action pour nous faire ces projets ça là tout de suite aussi.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Et bon week-end. Au revoir.
In today's tip, we'll discuss how to build a positive attitude. Become more aware of your thoughts. When a negative thought enters your mind, try to replace it with a positive thought. Be kind to yourself. Do at least one thing a day which you enjoy doing and makes you happy. Visualize your life as you wish it to be and believe in your vision. Refuse to have any doubts and negative thoughts. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on a past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.